Well, here we are again. Another episode of Landman. Another week has passed. We're going to be on the same rough little tidal wave that we were on last week. This is going to be the episode of talking.
Let's have some Bible.
Ah, yes, don't let the thumbnail sway you. Rebecca is certainly going to be getting into some hot water on this one. But I just think everyone needs to calm down about that part. What's going to be happening in Landman so far at this point? Yeah, like I said, people are going to be freaking talking their asses off. Tommy's going to be talking. His boss is going to be talking. Their boss's new best friend is going to be talking. Everyone's going to be talking. Going up against Dan Morrell is going to be one of the more interesting things. Along with him and Tammy, Tommy is still going to be trying to figure out where he fits in this little relationship that they have. He's trying to look out for her best interest, but he also knows this guy is a giant dick. The tension with these two has been brewing for a while now at this point, and only Tom is going to be the one that's going to be able to make the right decision. Help out his new boss, his buddy's now widowed wife, or is he going to have to look out for his own self-interest? Speaking of his own self-interest, Tom is going to be having a hard time, even with his dad right now, understanding how everything happened with his mother, his now deceased wife. TL is going to be dealing with a lot in this episode, and of course, Tom is going to be talking to him about it much more. Let me know in the comment section below, if that was your son with Tommy and TL, do you expect them to have a good relationship? Would you, if you were TL, take your son's hand if he offered it out to you? Cooper's now going to be still one of the biggest driving forces in Landman, especially in season 2 now at this point. Cooper's going to even be talking to his mother at this point, and especially on the ring to give Ariana on their wedding day. It's going to carry a lot of sentimental value, and honestly, that was probably the only good part about this episode that I truly did like. I really thought that they were going to be setting up Cooper like the way they did at the end of season 1, that one day he was going to be going up against Tommy. Battling of the oil bastards is how I thought it was going to go. But speaking of bastards, Rebecca was always the uptight person, the high executive lawyer for the oil industry, and once she starts cutting back and getting a little bit of a sauce in her, she becomes a little bit of a hussy. And let's face it, this girl needs to unwind a little bit more. She's been so uptight ever since she got on that plane with this little asshole right here. She might actually be settling down a little bit, might actually really like this guy, and even develop into a good relationship. Let's face it, if things work out with Rebecca in the long run, and it actually turns into something good for her, I think I'm gonna wish this girl the best on it. Let's face it, this bitch fucking needs it. And let's face it, there are also a few issues that we might see about the conflict of interest part that, let's face it, don't be shy about it. Everyone at this point, it's happened before. You've done something with a coworker, and if you think about, is he talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you right now. Speaking of people that just don't know how to do enough talking, or too goddamn much, Angela is still going to be going on 50, still thinking that she's in her early to mid 20s at this point. Tom is just going through it, but we all know why he puts up with it. That is a whole lot of hotness with a whole lot of crazy. Maybe it feels like a complete different direction from where Taylor Sheridan decided to go from season 1 to season 2. Do you think that is correct? There was a lot of setup between season 1, and a lot of it did not get seen so far in season 2. I know we are not done with the season yet, and I know I'm still behind on a few episodes, but it feels like we are still missing a lot of pieces to the puzzle that was already showed to us. And yes, I know that can seem pretty negative from my perspective, but honestly still, this is still a good season, but it's definitely a step down from season 1. Now, what I would like to see is eventually, hopefully, some good setup, which I think that we still maybe even get. If we can see Tammy have to take on Tommy and these two go at it, that's something I think is going to be very interesting. I mean, honestly, let's face it, if this bitch tries, she has little to no money, if anything, left all in her former husband's multi-billion-dollar industry. She's just gonna have her new little friend here. Tommy has the experience and the balls. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think about Landman season 1 compared to Landman season 2? What did you prefer? These two, again, are just honestly getting annoying at this point. They're not really honestly adding anything or much at all to the plot now of Landman. What I do think is going to be happening, though, is even though this is going to be a downward slump that we're in at this point, I think towards the end of the season, a little bit before the finale, we're going to get some payoff on some really big things with these characters. It's something that we're going to have to wait around and honestly just wait and see. I know Taylor Sheridan can do some pretty good fucking work. His work generally is pretty good for the most part. Sometimes he might have a bad day at the office, but yeah, this is just definitely a bit of a downward spiral at this point. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy this video, I thank you all so much for watching. And as always, until we meet again.